It seems like we don't ever feel like we've made it until we've Golden Globe,
I believe
Oscar.
it.
But that was never
Seeking
created
validation.
for us. Seeking validation
Yeah.
in places that really don't want to say it.
Okay, guys. Hey, welcome to expediTIously. I don't know if you have caught on yet, but my next guest is someone whose body of work includes some of our all-time favorite movies and television series. She's someone that we have grown up to love in her standout roles, from Cookie in Empire to Suge in Hustle and Flow, Yvette in Baby Boy. She has earned 3 Emmy nominations, a Golden Globe, Critics' Choice Award, and 3 BET Awards. I normally don't announce awards, but I had to lift up the work of this one, okay? She is our very own round-the-way girl. Please welcome to expediTIously my sister, the great Taraji P. Henson.
Thank you.
What's going down?
Everything.
You dig what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been quite the busy young lady here. Where does this drive come from?
The hood. And not trying to be back there.
Fear of being broke.
Yeah, fear of being broke.
Needing some money, as Carlos
Yeah.
Miller would say.
I don't know. I got it from my parents. You know, my dad was a metal fabricator. He fought in Nam. My mom was she worked at Woodward and Lothrop. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't.
It was bought out by Macy's.
Gotcha.
And
Big time retailer.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And she worked her way up from the basement, putting tags on merchandise to having her own office with employees under her. So
that.
I watched that happen. You know, I watched her go from she only had like one pair of dress shoes for the whole year to moving on up. So when you're around that, how do you not?
Yeah.
How does that not transfer to you? I used to go on jobs with my dad, so that all transferred.
Right. I mean, I think that, that same blue-collar attitude, you know what I mean, is what we've all been gravitating towards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have, I guess, a down-home directness, if you will. Do you think that this is something that makes it more difficult for women, especially black women, to succeed in this business?
It's just hard for black women, period. I don't care what business you're in. It's just really hard.
Man, that sounds tough coming from the most, accomplished, successful, most brilliant beings on the planet. So to say that...
I work a lot, right?
You do?
Want to know why?
Tell me.
I have to.
What?
I'm not getting paid all that money.
You're
See, if
not.
I was Jennifer Lawrence, I could be, and I don't want to name drop or use names because I don't want to pick people out. But, we can see, let me just take Jennifer Lawrence out because I love her and I don't ever want this to get out and it be misconstrued.
We ain't got to worry about it.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying other actresses who are not black,
Gotcha.
they make more money.
That's right.
So that's why they have the privilege of doing maybe 1 or 2 projects a year. Or maybe sometimes you will see them 1 time a year. Know why? Because they're paid. But I got to hustle. You see actors like me, Viola, Octavia, working. We're grinding because we're not making the money.
Regina King.
We have to, baby. We have to.
Absolutely.
So that's why it looks like we work hard. We have to.
Yeah.
We have to work hard.
I mean, I think that...
I wish I could do one fucking movie and make $20 million. 10. If I could just make $10 million on one flick. Right. I'm chilling the rest of the year, but I have to work like this. I have to.
We're going to try and figure out a way to get that done. And I know just the way. I learned it from my guy, Tyler Perry. You put your own money up and do it yourself.
I got to make my own money first, T.I. More money, more problems, right?
This is true.
So the more money you make, the more bills you have, the more people you have to hire. So I'm working to pay the people. I take care of the people that I work for, but I need, you know what I'm saying? I'm having to work. I got to work. I can't take a break.
I can dig
I
it.
need some people to invest with you, you see.
Yeah. And I invest. You got to understand, I invest. I have my hairline that's dropping soon.
That's dope. Let's hear about that.
Yeah, it's dropping soon. It's the soft launch, December 29th. The hard launch is January 20th. I can't give a lot of information, but it's really big. But what if I just wanted to be an actress? I mean, I know we're in the day and time now that you have to build a brand. you have to branch off because acting is just not going to sustain you forever.
Well, I was necessarily saying find you somebody to invest in movies with you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know how hard that is to do. You know how hard. I wanted to run up.
Yes.
Okay,
across
see,
table from the white. You sit across the table from the right ones, baby.
Okay, so listen to me. So this has been my challenge. We have, you know how the civil rights movement started? Is because of the death of a child named Emmett Till.
Right.
That is why the civil rights movement even started.
That's right.
So why is it that we have a story about Martin Luther King? We have a story about Rosa Parks. We have a story about everybody centered around the civil rights movement except for the child's death. Who sparked it?
I've heard rumors and rumblings of a
I'm
film
trying
being
to.
in the
I
production.
can't. Do you understand how hard this is to?
Man.
And
See,
it's frustrating because I almost ran up on Beyonce and Jay-Z and was like, "Give me some money," but.
Hey, but look though, check this out. Check this out though. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Usually, no matter how big our problems are, the problem ain't the problem. The lack of a solution is the problem. Yeah. So if you can identify the problem, you just need to fill the room with enough people who can come up with the solution for that problem, and the problem will no longer exist. I think that you are a phenomenally talented, gifted, and accomplished actress.
Thank you.
And we all support you in the culture. You like all of our sisters and aunties and mamas and girlfriends and baby mamas and wives. Like you represent somehow every fashion of black woman in every relationship that any man could possibly have. So I never want you to feel in any way discouraged. I never want you to feel in any way like you're not appreciated. I never want you to feel in any way like you are not enough, because you lack nothing. And we appreciate you for everything you've contributed to our culture.
And I honestly, I feel that from the people. And so I've honestly made a conscious choice not to try to fit in where we're not wanted.
That's right.
Like, I'm tired of begging the Golden Globes. And
That's
I
right.
don't beg, but I'm just saying it seems like we don't ever feel like we've made it until we've Golden Globe,
I believe
Oscar.
it.
But that was never
Seeking
created
validation.
for us. Seeking validation
Yeah.
in places that really don't want us there. You know what I mean? And why is it that that's the end all and be all of you're talented or you made it or your celebrity or your success? That you're setting yourself up to get your feelings hurt each and every time you try to belong to a club that doesn't want you, right? But we are always doing this. We always find ourselves hashtagging Oscars. So why should we care? We have enough talent, enough money to create our own.
That build up the BET Award.
I mean, come on. Build up the BET, but let's make the NAACP Image Awards bigger than what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have the resources to do it.
That's right.
But we're so busy trying to get validation, seek validation from other places where we're just not nurtured.
I can dig that.
And it's like a vicious cycle. It's almost insanity. It's almost every year we wait for them to go, yeah, you're approved. And then when they don't, we get in our feelings. We get salty, and it's always a hashtag. But we're being controlled by that.
That's right. I am a firm believer, and this is a philosophy that I try to base my life on, and it is basically, if you live for the cheers, you will die by the booze.
That part. And be clear on what it is you're doing. I'm not for the applause. Like, I'm for changing. I'm an artist to the bone. So whatever I do, I hope it's affecting someone in a positive way. I hope some image that I'm portraying, someone in the audience is going, oh, God, that's me. Maybe I need to work on that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm trying to inspire the way arts inspired me and kept me off the streets and kept me from going to jail and kept me from doing bad shit that my friends were doing. You know, the art saved me. Right. So I know how powerful art is. So I take that really, I'm very serious and sensitive about my shit. You know? So because I know why my purpose in this, I take it very seriously. That's why I choose the roles I choose. You know, I choose the roles that seem to be quite stereotypical because I know I can bring humanity to them. I know I can make people go, oh, wow, I know this girl. Maybe I need to feel a different way about her. Or they can see why she's loud. Or they can understand why she has this attitude or this rage. You know, so that's why I try to play those characters because, you know, in the hands of the wrong actor, they could just be a stereotype. Nobody's going to connect to another sassy black girl that got, you know, quick clapbacks and sassy. But they need to see why she's like that.
And see, that brings me to my next question. I think they're not going to do that because they're intimidated by her. That's just me. But I ask you, why do you think Hollywood and I guess you could say society has such deep-rooted issues with black women and their realness?
That's the question of a lifetime. I mean,
what is it though? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it because, you know, they don't want to feel the rejection of a black, because a black woman will tell you like quick when you ain't good enough. When you have fallen short of the glory, they're gonna make sure that you know that and you hold yourself accountable. I think it's like the fear of facing that moment.
Well, anytime you hate on a person or a particular group of people, hate stems from fear.
This is true.
So I can't answer what they're fearful of because we are nothing but good. I mean, we are nurturers. During slavery, we nursed their babies to the point where our breast was empty and we could not feed our own children. So why you fear us so much and you have so much hate for us is beyond me. Because every movie we ever tell, every story we ever show, we always show us reaching across the table, right? You know, being inclusive.
Right.
You know, helping even the enemy.
Right.
Brushing the one's hair who killed the innocent man in his damn house. You know that's in us.
Yeah.
So that's their fear. I can't answer.
I also feel like reducing themselves as to not offend anyone else. I think that, you know, black women for a long time have had to kind of take a back seat or felt like they had to take a back seat so they wouldn't offend their bosses by having the right answers in the meeting or, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that has been predicated throughout history in so many different ways to where now it just, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, now black women saying fuck that shit.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I see where y'all coming from.
We need to cut it out with the strong black woman.
I see where y'all coming from with that.
Be careful with the black girl magic because it dehumanizes us. There's nothing.
I understand all that. All I want y'all to do and make sure that you continue to do is recognize your allies. You understand that? Because none of us can make it out here alone. Okay? That's it. I just think once we recognize our allies, we can accomplish anything in the world we hope to achieve.
Black women, right?
Black
women,
the
first thing black women have to do is start embracing each other. We have to stick together first, right? And in that means, you know, supporting relationships. I'm the type of woman, if I know somebody got a man, that's off. That's you know what I'm saying? If I'm a...
What you say, honey?
I said thank you, me too.
No, because that's karma.
That's
you know, it is. Because if you wrecking a home and you think your home is going to be okay, come on, karma's going to get you at some point.
Hey, man.
I'm not, and this is, I'm just saying that's just how I operate. So as far, but I'm saying that you can't.
I feel the same way though,
but
as
you
it pertains
can't,
to men. You know,
absolutely. But we first have to come together as a sisterhood because we are greater and we are more impactful in numbers. But see, society has pitted all women against each other, and then when you get down to the lower part of the totem pole where we dwell. Now we have nothing, so now we're scrapping with each other over everything: jobs, men, everything.
I mean, I think that, and this is a very dangerous. This is a very, very, very dangerous statement that I'm about to make, but I'm going to make it because I'm trouble man. This is your statement is the basis for the reason why I feel like women will never reach true equality.
I can't say never, but go ahead, say it.
And the reason why I feel like that is because they weren't meant to be equal. They were meant to be greater than. You dig what I'm saying? I feel like women should be treated greater than. You know what I mean? That's why if a woman's walking in a room, I'm gonna offer her my seat. It's why when I make it to the door first, or I'm gonna make sure that I make it to the door first so I can open it for her. Like that's, you know, that is what I feel you have earned the right and shown that you deserve. And I think that preaching equality is kind of like if, okay, men are here, women are here, and women are saying, hey, we should be treated equal. I don't think that's the answer. I think it's, hey, you guys ain't treating us good enough. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the approach to me. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. I think that you guys have, you know, you've done.
I wish more men thought like you.
Man, well, you know, don't clap too loud too soon, cause
we all have flaws. We all. It's called being human, but that's beautiful to hear a man say.
Nah, I really feel like that, man. That's why I be tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, you know, it's double standards because, like, to be honest with you, for the most part, motherfuckers is supposed to be accommodating you guys. And when they tend to not do so, you ask for equality. But that's not, no, you shouldn't ever seek equality because I feel like you should be, you know, greater than. You know what I mean? You should just acknowledge, hey, man, y'all ain't living up to what y'all supposed to be doing, so y'all need to get on y'all game. But that's not equality. That's still recognizing y'all should be treating us greater than. That's just me.
How do you tell a man's ego that?
A man ego that. I mean, man, to be honest
the
with
reason
you,
why women are in the position that they're in right now is because of men.
Huh?
What you mean, huh?
I mean, I don't understand.
What do you mean,
Wait a minute. Listen, I will accept that statement if you acknowledge that goes for good and bad. You dig what I'm saying? If you acknowledge that goes for good and bad, I'll accept that statement. But if you say the reason we are in all the worst positions that
I didn't say all the worst positions.
I know it, I got it. And get what? The reason that we're in the position that we in right now is because of black women. I can go, that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What you mean? The reason why we're in the position we're in because of black? I don't know what that means.
Exactly. So the same way you felt when I said it is the same way I felt when you
women.
said it.
I didn't say black women. I said women. This is a man's world. This is a man's world.
This is God. This is the devil's world.
Okay, but that's intellectually speaking.
Okay, great.
That's intellectually speaking.
Yes,
Let's talk about what it is now. You see what happened when a woman tried to get in office? She was sabotaged.
I honestly...
By men.
Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. If we're speaking on this particular subject, I think that she kind of...
We can say that all day
I
long.
voted for her, and I wanted her to win.
She had the popular vote, baby.
But there was a decision to do or not do something that she made that nobody else had no hand in but her. And I feel like those are the decisions that kind of led to her not being in office. I don't think there was a man that came in and did something. Like, you know what I mean?
She was up against a man who played dirty politics.
Yeah. But all politicians play dirty politics. That's why, you know, we call it politics.
Did she stoop as low as him, though?
Nope.
All right.
She did not.
Okay.
She did not. And nothing is worse than what we have. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to argue in his defense. I'm just going to be honest about
this
the fact.
idea, this conversation that women are having about not being paid equally, not
That's
being
some
paid
bullshit.
as much as men.
That's some bullshit.
How is that some bullshit?
No, I'm saying that's some bullshit that if you do the same job as a man, you work at the same place as a man, you're just as qualified, just as competent, just as able as a man, you should make the same money.
But that's not the case.
I know
that brings me back to my point. Men put us in this position.
It's also men out there fighting on your behalf.
Absolutely. I'm not saying all men tweet. I'm talking before you.
Huh?
I'm talking about the forefathers.
Well,
I'm talking
that
about.
That ain't got shit to do with me.
That's what I'm saying.
Those same motherfuckers held me down and fucked me over, too.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
Absolutely.
I mean,
they fucked us all over, but at the end of the day, a black man will get a better paying job before a black woman will. That's been my experience. I'm telling you from my experience in this industry. I can't speak for other people.
I'm not trying to argue that point.
I don't want to argue.
No. I'm not saying I'm not trying to argue that point, shape, form, or fashion. However, I think we must place value in the things that are truly important and valuable. And you guys have something priceless that cannot be reproduced, and I think that's your energy. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? You have an unwavering strength and undeniable energy that supersedes any amount of money, any payment for any service. And somebody got to stand on the line and say, man, until y'all treat me the way that I need to be treated and handle it the way I need to handle it. Well, then change shall soon come then.
I hope it comes, and I can see it on my check before I'm done. That's
the thing. It ain't the check. The problem is, I think
it is the check.
Man, listen, it ain't the check, man. It ain't.
How is it not the check, man?
Because, man, listen, if you made sacrifices like you have been in some areas, if you make those sacrifices in other areas, let's say financially, you could invest in things and be more of a total kind of owner of it instead of asking to be higher. I think that women too can do what Ice Cube did, what Tyler Perry did.
Absolutely, and we are. But what I'm telling you is that we're not getting the same amount of money, sweetheart. I know this for sure. I just finished a deal of my own.
I mean, but was that to star in a movie or was that to fund a movie and produce it and
that part,
develop it?
All of that.
Okay. What shit, man? I don't think that's fair. How can we fix it?
It's not fair.
How can we fix it? Let's change the color in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We're going to change the color since, you know what I mean? We're going to change it to pink. I actually love pink.
Pink is not my favorite color.
Pink.
So.
Well, we were talking about this. That's because is that not the color that represents women in totality?
No, not at all.
All right. Well, what color represents women?
What color do you like?
My favorite is red.
And my favorit is yellow. So I mean, you can't
How about
pick
green?
one
Since
color.
it's about to check, we're gonna go with green. We're gonna go with green. All right, cool. There we are. Green. All right. I mean, listen, man. I know that the road gets tough, and you've had, a tumultuous day. And I've had a tumultuous few months, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've gone through a lot. And I refuse to complain, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to put the load on my back and I'm going to carry it.
Well, the thing about that is when you're a public figure, you just have to go into it knowing that everybody don't like you, number one. You'll be fooled to think everybody likes you. And number two, you will be a fool and you will be crazy in the brain if you go out here and try to please everybody. It's just Jesus got nailed to the cross.
You dig what I'm saying?
And you see,
So they say.
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying? So my point
they
is,
say. Don't get me started.
If you get into the story, let's just talk about the moral of the story is, no matter how good you are, you will get nailed to the cross by somebody.
But okay, you will get nailed to the cross by somebody who's unfit to criticize.
That part, because we're
just
all
as
human
much of a sinner
and just
as
as
you
flawed.
That's right.
And just because they're not living their life under a microscope, we can't pick apart their flaws like they can ours.
It ain't even that it ain't even because they ain't living their life through a microscope. It's just because they keep their shit under wraps and they're not as genuine.
You have to understand, they can say things
Yeah.
that no one will ever care about.
And when you
but
talk
if
about
we say something and somebody disagrees and decides to create a hashtag, now we're shit or we're canceled.
You talk about the
cancel culture now.
You talk about the luxury of being nobody. That's what you mean. The luxury of being nobody. They have an exclusive anonymity that they operate within, and they can have an opinion one day and have a completely contrasting opinion next week, and nobody will know and nobody will care. Well, we are held to all of our statements and positions. I understand that completely. Now,
Just don't try to please everybody, Tip. You can't, okay?
I don't try.
Yeah,
see, that's the
don't.
thing. I just don't give a fuck so much.
Because you happy.
I really just don't.
You're a good person. You're doing good right by your family.
I care about the people who are around me.
Exactly.
I care about the people who are around me, man. What the people...
And you care about your community because you do a lot of work for the community.
I do. I do. But what I'm saying is, with my children, my old lady, my friends, my mama, you know what I mean? I care about what they think about me. And I have another philosophy. You can't give the most consideration to people with the least amount of information. So usually the people who, especially judging and criticizing on social media, have the least amount of information about us.
They see one little something and they jump on that.
They make a
They jump on the bandwagon.
They turn a headline into your whole life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that just ain't the way shit is. So I remove their power from them by not paying attention to that shit. And I focus on the people around me. If these people, if I see it, if it's in my face, then it's real. But if it's only on social media, that means I got to pick up my phone, hit the app, dive in the comment. I got to scroll about 3-4 times to find what somebody said something that was unsavory about me, only to get some attention from me, because that is probably the most important thing that will happen in their life this year. And I mean, so I think that, you know,
it's the truth. But see, here's the thing about the double standard with social media. Like, yeah, we get it. We're adults. What about the children who don't know what to do with that?
That makes sense.
The kids don't know what to do with that. We're adults. We tough. We from the hood. Our kids ain't from the hood.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know what to do with that shit.
Except for King. King grew up in Bowen Home.
Well, my son ain't.
Yeah.
So they don't have that tough skin like we got. You got
That's
kids having psychotic breakdowns their freshman year in college because nobody like them.
But you do know why that happened, right?
Because social media. They are. Why?
Because we were too easy on them. We were too easy on them.
It's not
we wanted to treat them with all of the love and care and all of the extra special attention that we didn't have, and that made them soft.
But our parents did the same thing to us.
No hell they didn't.
My parents.
No.
Hey, go with me here. Go with me here.
Okay.
Each generation did better than the last, right?
That makes sense.
Each generation said, "I'm gonna do for my kid what my parents could not do for me."
That makes sense. Right. Yes.
So even our parents did that. What I'm saying is, where we got fucked up was social media. Because we just did the same thing our parents did to us. We just gave them what our parents could not give them, could not give us. But where shit got screwed up is social media. When social media came in, we lost control. We lost control. We don't know who our kids are talking to. We don't have as much control as our parents had. My mother, she would catch me in the bed with the covers over my head talking to my boyfriend on the phone. Get off the goddamn clank, take the phone out the room. We don't have that luxury. We have lost control.
I don't think that it's right to expect to have control.
No, when I say control, there are certain things that we cannot shield our children from where our parents could.
Okay.
Do you know what we had to do to look at a titty picture growing up? We had to wait till the parents left. My uncle had a stash in the bathroom. We knew the bathroom, but we had to sit there and wait like good little kids until they left.
What?
Right? They left.
You was plotting to watch titty pictures?
We looked at titty pictures. They had a big satellite. Soon as they would leave, we would turn that satellite to the Playboy channel.
Absolutely.
Right? And they laughed. My aunts and uncles
Taraji?
I was like 13.
13? You were doing this kind of stuff?
I wasn't having sex, though.
That ain't that bad.
I ain't say it was
I was
bad.
curious.
I'm just shocked.
Yeah.
I was curious.
Okay.
Shit, you wasn't?
I'm not being
You
judgmental.
probably was fucking, wasn't you?
13, yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
13,
I wasn't.
Absolutely.
I was a
13,
virgin
absolutely.
until I was 18.
I was doing what you're talking about.
that's good.
I was doing what you were talking about at 8 years old, 9 years old.
You see?
Yeah, I was doing all that at 9 years old.
But that's my point. My point is that we had to work to look for at a naked picture.
You just gotta Google it
right here while they talking to you.
Well,
they don't have to wait till we leave the house.
Yeah.
You can't even control the parental controls anymore.
That's real.
That shit's out the window.
Yeah.
You just don't have the space to really parent your child.
That's real.
You can't. You can do the best you can and just pray. Because social media...
Faith without works is dead. No.
Yeah, social media is...
Faith without works is dead.
Wow.
You dig what I'm saying? I mean, man,
different generation now.
It's a different generation, but I feel like we have to appreciate the benefits of the generation as well as acknowledging the detriment.
They are much smarter.
Yeah, smart.
They are very smart,
but weaker.
Very bad. I was getting ready to say that. They just
smarter but
God
weaker.
Bless them, right?
You know what I mean? But that's fine, man, because as long as they have us to support them, they can get their strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can get their strength passed down to them.
Yes, that's what you say. You always much tougher. You're tougher on them, so they already know how to get when they get it in the street.
Yeah.
They're already used to it.
That's exactly what I feel. That's why I am how I am with my kids. I tell my shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah,
I tell my little boy that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but I do that because when they get that kind of energy in the streets, I don't want it to be foreign.
It won't be
to
foreign,
them.
right? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and as a black man, I have to prepare my children for everything.
You have to, and a lot of people ain't gonna understand that.
I had to prepare him for everything. Pretty Ken had a saying that well, not a saying, but it was something that he did for his child. His son, and basically he passed it down to me, and I started doing it. So he had his son touch the top of that. He said, "Man, can you touch that right there at the top of that door?" Mm-hmm. And so his son jumped up and touched it. Wow. He said, "Okay, now that's good enough for a white boy. You got to touch the ceiling."
Because it's the truth. You gotta be better. You have to be.
You have to
10
expect
times
that.
Better.
Because if not, that's where the depression, the anxiety. I feel like the problem is we've been training them to believe that they were equal. We've been training them to believe.
That to my kid, and I think
even in school, they go to school.
I think at a certain point, as a black child, you start to see the difference.
Okay.
You feel it. I'm telling you.
At what age you think?
My son saw it about high school.
Okay.
You know, because he went to predominantly white school.
Okay.
And, you know, he had a car, so he would drive his friends and get pulled over. And then his white friends would tell him, that's bullshit. Why did they pull you over? They had to bring it to his attention.
Right.
You know, and then he started paying attention. And then he had, all his life he had white best friends, and then to a certain point they kind of faded away because he noted not that his friends was treating him differently, he just knew that he was different.
Yeah. And
so I saw, not that he doesn't have any white friends, it's just that they kind of faded off because the rose-colored glasses came off, and it's like, I am definitely treated differently.
That's right.
And I saw it happen. Me and his very first best friend was a French kid. And me and his parents, they had such a great relationship. We wanted to nurture it. And they ended up going to different schools, and we made a pact. We were like, we're going to make sure that these kids stay close because they're good kids, blah, blah, blah. And what happened? Towards that teenage year?
Yeah.
Because different. He realized he was different. Trayvon Martin happened. He realized, you have a privilege that I don't. You know, that weighs on a person. I think my depression and my anxiety really kicked in after Trayvon Martin because as a mother of a black child, I was like, this is something I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my fucking life.
That's true.
I am going to worry about my loved ones until the day I die.
That's real. I mean,
that's something that we can never get away from.
As black people, we always like right now. I don't know. My son is in Europe. You know, he's in Europe on tour. And just worrying about what happens to him internationally. My 14-year-old son, King.
Now I'm worried about him.
Our 15. Goddamn, I'm sorry, King. Our 15-year-old son, King. He likes to travel and go and record with people and go do shows when people doing shows, from Ski Master, Slump God to Extentacion's family in Miami to who was that he just went to go with? Maddox and who else? It was a gentleman who they had a show and
and I know y'all worried. I know you worried.
The baby.
It wasn't the baby, no, it wasn't the baby.
Oh.
I ain't know that.
Which baby? It's a lot of babies.
No, not Lil Baby, and not Da Baby. It's Lil Baby and Da Baby, and then you got OG Baby.
The big baby. Ain't it a big baby?
I ain't heard of Big Baby. But I'm saying, but having them having to travel the world, you know, to follow their own dreams and passions. I can't stop him from going.
You can't.
But
you're gonna worry.
Exactly.
Because he's black. Because at any given moment,
that's right,
he can be picked out.
That's real.
At any given moment.
That's real. But he ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in different ways, both of my kids who travel the most and have the most going on, they ready for that. King ready for that in more of an aggressive tip kind of way. Mm-hmm. And Damani is ready for it in more of a whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, Pops. You know, you can't kill energy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he hit me with that shit.
They are so blessed to have you.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, it's kind of like having Tupac and Andre 3000 as sons. You know what I'm saying? And they both carry they weight. You know what I mean? So I try to just continue to calm myself down, but
they're lucky to have a father like you. A lot of kids don't have that.
I'm lucky to have children like them. All of my children.
But you hear what I'm saying?
Like, they're just extreme
father
blessings.
Figure is very important in the household.
That's right.
And because I'm a single mother, I know that.
That's right. Take notes, baby. Take notes. Get your phone out.
And so they are
in your notepad.
I'm just saying that they're very blessed to have you.
Voice record.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man.
I know Tiny is an amazing. I watched the
Tiny,
show.
Listen,
y'all are incredible parents.
Tiny is a fantastic mother.
The way you guys parent
when she's mothering by herself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like when you have to think about what to do. I mean, me too. I'm a great parent when I don't have to like check in with nobody else to get validation or approval for how I'm parenting. When it's just my decision, I can deal with it without no other encumbrance. Mm-hmm. I am phenomenal. But when I have to go to Tamika and say, okay, how you want to handle this? If her idea is different from mine, I suck.
But this is the beautiful thing about parenting, and this is why that's why it is so important to have both parents in the household, because you need a soundboard. You know? It takes a community to raise a kid, right? Community means more than one person.
That's true.
So if you only got one parent, you know, I can't teach my son how to be a man.
Man,
I can teach him a lot of things.
Your ability to acknowledge that.
You can teach him how to be a respectable man.
I can teach him how to be a respectable man.
You can teach how to be a respectable human.
There it is. But a man. I know I'm not a man. I've never been a man. Don't want to be a man.
I can't teach my little girl how to be a woman.
Nope.
I can't do it. Mm-mm. I can teach her how to be respectable.
But you can teach her
as
how
a
to
woman.
Be
I won't be able to teach her what you can teach her.
Respectable, clean
clean,
woman,
yeah,
like,
but I can't show her how to clean her hoo-ha. I don't know how to clean no hoo-ha.
Oh, my God.
I don't know how to clean no hoo-ha. I can't show her how to do that.
Her hygiene's together, because there's people that be like, you brush your teeth, you got to do this, like, you know.
Sure. That's different, though. That's not.
But we're talking about a psychological level. Like, there are things that my son experienced and will experience in life that honestly, I have no answers. I don't know what it is to have a wet dream. You know, certain things I can't.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I just don't know how to teach him.
You know.
I could try to teach him how to be a confident person, right? But then there's a different level when there's a man, and then there's a different level it's levels to this shit, because now he's a black male.
Right.
So I've never been a black man. I can fathom what black men go through trying to maneuver in this country and in the world.
Right.
But I've never walked in a black man's shoes, you see.
Yeah.
So when it comes to saying, son, when it comes to this as a man, I got to stop right there, because I don't have the answer. You know?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, you bring about a lot of great points. And this is off topic, but since you just said it, do women have wet dreams?
Yes, we do.
I'm out of here.
Yes.
What the hell? So, whoa, how does this work?
The same way it works for y'all.
What?
Yeah.
You bullshitting.
No.
You learn something new every day. So, now, you have, you recently talked about suffering from depression, as you spoke about it just now. Mm-hmm. When did you recognize that you had depression? How did you recognize it? And was it like one event or a string of events? I'm asking because I feel like, you know, over the past few months, I've kind of been not myself.
Not yourself, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can tell.
So what was it for you that made you feel that way? And I haven't even really, like, you know, diagnosed myself with no depression. I just What's up?
I will.
You go what?
I'm gonna help you.
You gonna help me do what?
Diagnose you.
You gonna help me get diagnosed?
Yes.
What you mean?
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna take you to somebody. I'm looking into somebody.
Man, just roll one up, man. Pass it around.
No, we passed that.
No, because that's called self-medicating. Because when you come down, you still gonna deal with them same problems.
It depends on how much you got to roll up.
Again,
I'm just
come
joking.
down. You're gonna come down eventually.
Listen, I am joking.
I know you are.
And I don't try
That's
to.
for the people who
but
do.
I don't try to run away.
I
don't try to run away from my pain.
Yeah, I know.
I deal with my pain
like
face on. I deal with my
that
pain head on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you do.
And I just kind of sit through it. You know, I sit through it, and on the other side, I learn a lesson from it. Yeah. I think that's more important than remaining in a life without pain. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Getting through the other side of that pain and getting the experience and the lesson from it.
Everybody can't do that, Tip. Everybody's not equipped.
They
Everybody's
really
not strong
though.
enough.
They
can, but they don't have
if they
the
believe
tool.
they can, they can.
Oh, I wish it was that easy.
And with a strong support system. And with a strong support
system.
system.
And then some people are just chemically imbalanced. It's levels to this
that makes
shit.
sense.
It's levels to it, Tip, you know.
What was it that led you to know or believe?
I've been called the best party favor. I've been called the life of the party. I am the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm the motherfucking light in the tunnel. And so...
You the tunnel.
I'm light. But because I know me, I just started feeling like suffocating. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, these moods would come where I just felt dark,
right?
Just low, and I couldn't put a finger on it. I didn't know what was making me feel like this. I just felt out of sorts.
Right.
And a lot of it has to do with perimenopause and menopause. And this is a thing that we need to start addressing. And here's the deal. There's nothing wrong with being young and trying to look beautiful and feel the best you can feel.
Right.
That's fine and great.
Okay.
We're all running around trying to still look young, but no one's addressing what's going on inside. Right? And if I'm going to address mental health in the way that I have, in the bold way that I have,
right,
by starting my own foundation and then coming forth with my own trials and tribulations, how can I do that and not talk about menopause? Like, I will be 50 next year. There is no way around it. I mean, I look good. I look good. Yeah, I look good. Yeah, 49. We're bitch. In this perimenopause. In this perimenopause. But if I'm going to tackle mental health, menopause deals with your mental. So if I'm going to do that, I have to talk about it. That's real for me. That is very real.
I respect that.
Very real. And it's real for a lot of women. We're just not talking about it.
That's what's up. Tamika don't be talking about menopause at all. Like, she don't even.
I do not have menopause.
I can't wait for you to have menopause.
There yet.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I can't tell.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, man,
you like you ready for another baby.
I'm just saying, I'm ready for menopause. Let me tell you why. Because, you know what I'm saying, my action gets disturbed. She turns into a different person when she get, you know what I mean? She get off from down there. Like, listen, man, just half mine. You telling me to get off from down somewhere. Why is you doing it like this? So I figured with menopause hits, you won't have that reason to.
She's really going to tell you to get away then.
What? Well, I guess I signed up for
She'll have moments. And it's not going to be all the time.
So I just wait to be summoned.
She'll be much.
I just walk around like greased up. Hoping,
how did we get here?
I walk around like Ping Rains on Baby Boy.
Cooking eggs, bucket naked.
You dig what I'm saying? Now, listen, man. Speaking of Baby Boy, okay, people ask me all the time what my favorite song is. Now, have you identified a favorite film and why?
I'll say one of my favorite films would be Lady Sings the Blues. Everything Diana Ross.
I mean the favorite one that you were in.
Oh, that I was?
Yeah, the favorite Taraji P. Henson movie.
I guess I would have to say Hidden Figures because of what it did for young girls of color. Letting them know, and just girls in general, letting them know that they're smart and they can.
That was dope.
do math because I grew up with an understanding that math and science was only for boys.
Nah, man, who said that?
No one had the balls to say
Man,
it to me,
do
but
you
that was
know-
an understanding.
I cheated off so many people papers in science.
I know,
and
but
math.
that was an overall understanding.
So many beautiful women.
Have you ever heard that?
No, I never heard that.
I did growing up. And no one said it like you shouldn't, but it was embedded in me because every time I got to a science or a math class, the first day, I would pick the seat in the back. But English and all my other classes, I would pick in the front.
I always pick the seat in the back, just regardless.
Yeah.
Man, you was bad.
Okay.
My favorite movie that you did is still be Baby Boy because
know
it's
a lot
just
of
so relatable
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
just so real, you know.
Baby Boy and Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and flow, yeah.
Another one of my favorites is Talk to Me. Then people
Talk
miss
to me with
that.
dope as shit.
Yeah,
Peter
with
Green.
Don Cheadle, yeah.
Goddamn
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
Green. You remember we watched
dropped
that?
the
We watched
ball.
that shit for like when it first came out, came on DVD because it was released
They
on
dropped the
DVD.
ball when it was in theaters. The studio didn't do well with it.
You know what? But now, right, with streaming
Mm-hmm.
and the culture just will being refusing to be denied of.
we
what-
might not get the nominations, but
Nah, fuck the nomination. We just said
But people-
our nomination
but
is
you
them
have to
streams. You
understand,
can't
and
stop them numbers.
listen to me,
Yes, ma'am.
T.I.
Yes, ma'am.
In
Yes,
this
ma'am.
industry, studios bank things on those numbers. Studios bank things. Now, this is why I'm saying that's why I'm so happy Tyler has his studio. We need to do more.
Just it will over time. But
Because
let's just enjoy this one
because
right
now, in order for me to get the job, I
Right.
still got to go to the studio.
Man, you don't.
Who you gonna give me some money?
I will.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I fucking will.
all right. Well, we gonna talk.
Man, come on, man. Put this shit up.
seriously.
I will put up a little bit.
But you gotta. But my
But
point
get what?
is you
I
have
also-
to play ball. You
I also
understand?
know how to identify where I can get the rest of the money that I ain't gonna put up myself.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? And I think that kind of an attitude, if you sit down with more people, like for instance, Will Packer, Kevin Hart, Ice Cube, Tyler Perry, it's a handful of us. That can, even Master P, depending on how deep into the culture you want to dive. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's people who actually will support the culture with their finances. And you just got to identify those people and, and get into it. Even Oprah, you know what I mean? You got, it's so many different avenues that weren't in existence.
Oh well, that's
25
that's
years
where
ago.
I am now with the till, because it's, Lord, I wish people they go, just get a movie made.
I mean,
Get a movie made.
It's a way to do it. See, like I told you before, the problem usually isn't the problem. The lack of a solution is the problem.
Yeah.
So if you say just get a movie made, okay. See, most of the time, you're like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, get a movie made. What do you know? But if you were to say, get a movie made, how would I get a movie made? Who would I call? What do I need? What do I already have? What is still lacking? You make your real list with real names, and you just start making calls and checking off the motherfucking box. You dig what I'm saying?
I swear to God, I just have this feeling that people, I don't know, there's this. Maybe I've been knocking on all the wrong doors. I haven't knocked on the right doors, but I'm telling you,
My doorbell
it's
ain't
so
ring.
discouraging
My doorbell
when
ain't
you
ring.
ask the people that you think.
Man, let's put up all
And
the
they go-
bastards we got from all of the T.I. catalog, and we gonna support Taraji in this next movie. We gonna goddamn all of the escape tickets from the sold out shows, at least 1/4 of them. We're going to. We're gonna put up I think those are the bold commitments that we have to make for one another in order for us to move forward.
That's the only way we're going to take
solidarity.
control of telling our stories. People are in
Absolutely.
an uproar. I mean, I've heard that people are in an uproar about the Harriet thing. Well, I'm sure that they got to a position. I'm sure the studio had a lot to do with that. You see what I'm saying?
Let me tell you
You can't
something.
even tell your own stories without somebody's hands being in it.
Man, let me tell you something, man.
That's why Tyler built his own studio. No one gets to tell him anything.
But to be honest with you, though, when they were calling around the people, if it wasn't no black people involved, no actors should have answered the phone. You dig what I'm saying? If it wasn't the right people involved to tell this story, if you get up to the top, okay, the studio is involved, but who did the studio place over the running of show for this particular project? And if that name, if it ain't Ava DuVernay, or you dig what I'm saying? DuVernay, I apologize. Please forgive me. If it ain't Ava DuVernay or someone, or Lena Waithe, or, you know what I'm saying, someone who I can hold accountable.
Casey Lemon is a acclaimed African-American female director. She directed
Harriet? Mm-hmm. Well, she might be a good director, but what gives her, like, what would you say, acclaimed? Like, aside from being black, what did she...
Eve's Bayou, Talk to Me.
She did Talk to Me?
Mm-hmm. And Eve's Bayou.
Well...
I'm just saying, let me just say this.
Maybe I should look at the movie.
Politics, if you go play politics in Hollywood, you got to play them. Unless you're going to do what Tyler did.
I'm just saying that she could...
Okay, so you can make the movie. Who's going to distribute it?
Man, I put that bitch on YouTube and count on the streams.
Okay.
I put that bitch on YouTube if I have to. Mm-hmm. I take the Rudy Ray Moore route, and I go start renting out theaters after hours. And like, scarcity is also a commodity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you know, banned everywhere else but here, that shit is it's valuable. Mm-hmm. Period. And I just think that we have to tap into one another's resources. Our relationships are resources for us. Now, that brings me to, like, your Golden Globe acceptance speech.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
They asked you to rap it. And, well, you know...
I just got on stage, and they was doing a countdown. A man was standing on my train. I hadn't even reached the mic yet.
Shame on them. That's their fucking fault. Listen, I think the comment you made was, I waited 20 years, you're going to wait too. Now, what was going through your head at that moment?
All I know how to be is me, and I meant it. I
said
what I said.
I say that shit all the time. She don't understand it.
I said what I said.
I say that shit all the time.
I see times that when I go to... these award shows all the time, and it seems to me that some people get the acts and some people don't. I just gotten up on, I'm not saying that that's what they did, but I'm just saying I just gotten up on the stage, and you're just going to give me 2 seconds to speak. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I really had no time.
You feel like they didn't give you enough time like they gave the white women?
I don't know.
When the white women got up there and talked.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, that's not what you're saying.
Because I don't know.
Let's retract that.
Yeah, retract that, because I'm not saying that because I don't know. I didn't sit up there and count the minutes.
Okay.
All I know is that when I got up there, I didn't have enough time.
I think they go back to the intimidation that black women have on a lot of people in Hollywood and society.
You know what, Tip? I can't go that deep.
I know,
but I just know
you ain't got to. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you,
because I'm unencumbered. See, the
you was
about
just
me,
saying what was going through my mind.
What was going through your mind?
I just didn't have enough time to say what I had to say. So I'm gonna make you gonna hear me.
Guess what, man? Fuck that timer that you got going on. Y'all gonna have to come out here and get me kicking and screaming, because as long as it took me to get here, I deserve to speak.
But But the thing is I didn't take a long time. It's not like I had a scroll of a script. Like I didn't even.
Man, listen,
anyway,
man.
I said what I said.
Yeah, you said what you said. We support what you said.
Yeah.
We support what you said. We with you. We stand with you in solidarity, man. Don't ever think you alone. That's the main thing. I think most people are depressed.
I wasn't that. I just want to clear this up. It wasn't that I felt like they gave people more time than me. It just, at that point, I saw I didn't have enough time, and I spoke on it. That's all.
Get what, though? We support you, and we want you to have as much time as you need to say everything you need to say. We need you to know that.
That's probably why I haven't been nominated since.
Man, fuck them and their nominations. I'm going to tell you that first.
Yeah.
I say that respectfully to them and what they got going on, but we can't continue to depend on them.
No, respectfully, because we're always getting our feelings hurt when we're left out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's because we put so much on that.
That's right. Get off your phone, Tamika. What are you doing?
She's busy.
Goodness, I'm telling you. What a co-star she is. I'm saying.
She's a great co-star. She's letting you talk.
She's letting me talk.
I am not even supposed to be in here. I just want to be in here because you're in here.
Thank you.
Well, listen. Now, you're such a...
That's girl power.
You're such a humble wife.
She's a good wife.
You're such a humble wife. You know what? You could be so much more egotistical, and you aren't. And I appreciate you for that. Now, speaking of a humble wife, I see you got a ring now.
Yes.
And now I do know that we don't really ever hear much about who you're dating, or if you're married, if you are married, who you're married to. Or, like, how do you manage such a personal life being like the astronomical superstar that you
I
are?
don't want people in my business like that. I'm just not. I'm very
How you
private.
stop them? How you stop them?
I don't give them shit to go. I don't give them fuel to add to the fire.
We seen her man a couple times here and there.
Yeah, you see, I'm just not like on Instagram like, hey, you know, I have my moments. We'll post each other here and there, but that's sacred. That's for us.
Right.
I don't want people in our business.
Now, I don't remember. You say we seen them.
Y'all grew up together. Everybody, we don't know you without her and vice versa. So y'all
know her without me.
No.
You don't know me without her.
No.
Y'all know her without me, though.
How?
Because she had a whole album and all kinds of stuff going on back when I was a 14, 15-year-old kid. I was a teenager when she came out. I was in 6th grade.
I know, but
6th grade.
As far back
and
as
said,
I know, I remember.
I told
but
my
y'all
partners,
got together very early. You got to remember.
Early for me, not so early for her.
Oh,
But I told my partners when I was young, I said, man, I'm going to get that one.
And you got her.
You did.
That's what
he
fiance
keeps telling this story. I don't know if I believe it.
You don't know if you believe it. Man,
But
I'll
you
tell
know,
you what.
let me
That's
tell you
Jason.
that
That's Jason, not Jeter. Jason Mills from Macon.
I don't know Jason Mills.
From Macon,
know.
Georgia.
Okay, all right. Well,
I
that's
want to
Jason.
say this. I just been looking at you. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But if they ever do a story on Mary J. Blige, you have to play her.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
What? You would kill it.
Yeah. You got that
Mary's
Mary
an
J. Blige
actress now.
energy.
She wants to play. She think she can play herself.
You got that Mary J. Blige energy.
Well,
But nah, I mean,
That's my boo. You know that's my boo.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, she, you know, just got. If she wanted an actor to play it,
Yeah.
use the girl. But I know she's acting herself.
She is, and I don't think it's time to tell her story. She got a lot of more life to live.
That's what I said, man. But I found a way to do it. I found a way to do it now. And I'll talk to you about, you know what I'm saying, some projects that I got going on. And we see that we want to merge our efforts together for the purpose of progression. We can do that as well. Now,
and you know I'm directing now.
I can't wait to see what you got going on.
I'm an incredible director.
I can't wait to see what
I
you got
could
going on.
get an incredible performance out of you, T.I.
Come on with it. Come on. What you gonna do? What you gonna make me? Huh? What I'm gonna be?
Let me direct.
What you gonna be? What kind of story you got?
You said you have some projects.
I definitely got some projects.
I'm looking
okay,
for
so you want me to let
content,
you see
too.
some of my scripts, some of my stuff? Okay, bet. All right, say less. Now, we were talking a little bit about, you know, you wanted to keep your personal life, you know, private and personal and so on and so forth. You're not really, like, sharing with the world who you're involved with. But when you look for a mate.
I already have a mate. We about to be married.
No. Wait.
Okay.
Just wait.
I'm not single no more. You can't be asking me no single questions.
I ain't, no, just
get me in trouble now. Go home on Friday.
Let me finish. I'm in support of you and whatever union you have, even though it's anonymous. But
it's not. You met him. I'm gonna punch you.
I'm speaking for the people.
Okay.
Okay. When you look for a mate, is it Jody and Baby Boy?
No.
Lucious from
No,
Empire?
it's nobody I ever worked with. It's
DJay
no characters.
from Hustle?
No.
We're talking about the characters, not the actors.
I
We're
know.
talking about the characters.
Those are all dysfunctional relationships.
DJay
no.
from Hustle. Okay. Wait.
Dysfunction. Everything you
Those
said
seem
to me
kind of
was
like the same
dysfunction.
people, though. Those kind of seem like they
DJay and Lucious are.
DJ Lucious with it. See, you're still going with the actor and not the actual character.
I'm saying that Lucious and DJ are the same, you know.
So what's the difference in Lucious and DJ and
Lucious got money.
And Jody? What about Jody?
I
think Jody was the best man you had in the movie. Because he actually loved you.
He did.
He loved you, and he showed his loyalty.
He was young, and they were beginning their lives.
He showed his loyalty.
Well, he did.
He walked out of that, and me and her, we have a conversation about when he walked out. When he walked out on his that girl who worked with you, who he
Pandora.
Yeah. So we have our conversation about, you know, whether or not he did the right thing or like it wasn't right enough. Like she said, it wasn't right enough because he ain't had no business over there in the first place.
Conscious was dealing with him.
But at the same time, making the right decision in a bad situation is valuable and should be taken into consideration.
Absolutely. You know why? Because he has love in his heart for that girl.
Mm-hmm.
He felt, if I do this now,
right.
I will hurt her,
right.
by therefore hurting myself.
Right.
That's when you know you truly love someone.
But you know what, though? I'm going to tell you something. Even more so than that. Seeing that, the ulterior motive and the driving force behind this person pursuing me is to hurt my significant other.
And he said that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know you just doing it, man. You trying to get at her. This ain't even got nothing to do with me. You dig what I'm saying?
And that's why I wish.
Recognizing that.
But that's where
important.
we, as couples or in relationships, we have to be really smart about that, and we have to protect our union because everybody is not happy.
That's right.
Everybody's not happy because you're happily in a relationship. They're miserable because they're not, and misery loves company.
That's real.
That's why I don't talk to everybody about my relationship.
That's real.
Because they projecting their fears onto me.
And they failures
what?
on me. Absolutely. And we also, when we watch that movie, we have a conversation about the decision that your character made to allow Snoop Dogg's character to come and stay in her house. And so we talk about that as well.
Well,
so,
she kind of didn't have a choice. He just pushed past the door and came in, and he was a killer, and she was a sketch.
He got a probation officer. Now I'm gonna tell you something. When you're just getting out of jail, first the last thing you want to do is go back. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So all she had to say is, "I'm gonna call your probation officer."
He came out with the fuckery. He did.
You think
he
so?
was not afraid to go back to jail.
You don't think he had?
He was fucking with Jody.
So
Come
you
on.
don't think so?
He wasn't coming out on the straight and narrow. Did he go look for a job and find his own place? No. Like, stop, man.
So you don't think she was somewhat complicit to the fact that
he's a killer. She was afraid.
Okay, I will accept that. I will accept that. Now, Empire has become one of the most critically acclaimed, successful shows for our culture, our heritage in history.
Since what was the first? Bill Cosby, the Huxtables.
What about it?
That was the first one.
Well, I mean, I feel like this is.
I guess
I put this in the line with
international.
I put this in the line with like some shit like Fame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some shit that's not necessarily because Bill Cosby was like a sitcom. That shit was laughs and jokes and shit.
But what it did for the black culture and the black family and what a black family looks like, it
for
went
the diaspora,
international. Right. Like it didn't just stay domestic.
Right.
And the black family, a black show with a black family, to do that, it hadn't been done since the Cosby Show.
Right. And I mean, I just want to know, because all of the talented actors, actresses, performers, storytellers that you have on the cast, like, what have been the funniest behind the scene moments that you can share?
We used to have a lot of funny behind the scene moments when Jesse was on set, because he was the jokester. I mean, I just remember this one time Terrence was asleep, and I think I posted it.
Okay.
And I had like this tie around my neck, and I was dangling it over his face. And he woke up and was like, "You motherfuckers!" and threw his hat. He didn't even know he was on Instagram. It was funny.
Man.
I mean, I just wish that they would compile a bloopers reel, because our bloopers are funny as fuck.
You could probably get a whole season out of
that. I'm trying. I'm like, are y'all in the business of making money? Because you got a whole nother box set of just bloopers.
Man, I think y'all actually look like you have a lot of fun.
We do.
It's undeniable.
We do.
And I think that energy comes across on screen, and that contributes to the success of the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, I have a good buddy. I'm sure he's a good buddy of yours too. And he has kind of been the natural volunteered antithesis of Empire.
Oh, God.
His name is 50 Cent. And I don't know how this whole thing started, but it's a power versus empire.
And that's the part. I don't know where that came from. I didn't like it. It was very uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you why. Because we're in an industry where we are not seen often. Our show had nothing to do with his show. We're talking two different subject matters. Right. You know what I mean? And that was, I thought that did more damage than good.
I mean, in what way?
Because why are we pitting shows against each other? Why are we pitting two black shows against each other when it's hard enough to get a black show on the air? And see, that's when I get pissed off because that's the crabs in the barrel fucking mentality.
I think it's more of a competitive spirit.
I mean, this is not the place for it because the people on the outside,
I get what you're saying.
You make them choose sides.
Hey, listen, man, don't say that in front of these white folk. I mean, I get that. I can get that.
But it makes people choose sides, and it's petty, and it's stupid. Competitive? Why are we competing?
I mean...
You are on Stars. We on Fox.
You can't be a winner if you don't compete. Because you can't be a winner if you don't compete.
But there's no competition.
I understand what y'all saying. I get it. I'm speaking from 50's perspective because
we both winning.
But why not compete with another show? Why you gonna compete with the black show?
I think
there are a million other shows you could compete with.
I get that too. I get that.
Okay, so why? I get that.
Why'd you pick the black show to compete with? I get that.
And to do that publicly, it's embarrassing, and it's silly, it's petty, and it's young.
I don't think 50 meant no harm in it, and I ain't trying to really like jump in and defend 50, but I know how it feels to say something and take a position that you really didn't feel harmful, and and have it be used against you. I already know how that feels, so I'm just trying to speak on his behalf.
What did he? I mean,
however,
he said so much.
Now listen. However, I do understand where you coming from from your perspective.
Here's the deal. What did I do to you? 50?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Like,
from your perspective, I ain't did none of deserve this. You just came.
I'm working. I'm doing
what I mean?
I'm working my ass off. Do you know? And then again, 50. Do you know what the fuck I had to do to get here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why tear down another black person?
I get that.
For competition.
I get that.
I was never competing with that show. I know Lala on that show, Naturi. I know those actors. I want them to win.
That's right.
I was proud of 50.
Okay.
I was proud of 50. I told him, I'm so proud of. Look at what you're doing. And this is what you
told him that?
So I'm like, I'm not getting into it. I have no ill will. That
Man, fiasco, hey, listen,
it didn't hurt me in any way. It didn't hurt the show in any way, but it was sad. It was sad that this was going on in the public because it makes us look trite.
But it's almost
and it makes us not. What white shows are doing that? Excuse me, answer that question. Answer the question.
Is that the barometer though?
What other shows? They ain't got to be white. What other shows are doing that?
That's difficult. That's a difficult one.
Have you ever seen that? Ever? Because I never responded back. I responded back in a positive way. I wanted Naturi and the women on that show to know that this was no dig. I don't even know how it got there.
I mean, you're right. I mean, you got
I just
valid
didn't
points.
understand.
50, I need you to answer to this shit. You need to come on expeditiously and answer to this shit right now, man.
He don't owe me nothing.
Nah, man, stop that. Because at the end of the day, you still his sister, he's still your brother, and you know what I'm saying? I get
it. People like the jokes, but know when to joke and know what is a classic
That's some shit
joke.
I still ain't figured out. I do not know when to joke and when not to joke. I do not know. I have no fucking idea, bro. I just say this shit.
Because what that does is sends a message that we're in competition with each other. That's not... Who are you giving the finger to?
Man, Dina out here telling me to wrap it up. Come on here. Keep on talking.
Oh, he said wrap it. Oh,
no, she
that's
said wrap
why.
it up. She said wrap it up.
Oh, child, I gotta go home.
You gotta go home. You don't want to go to dinner? We were gonna go to dinner after this.
I gotta go to bed.
You gotta go to bed. You gotta
get a tomorrow.
Photo shoot.
It's been a long day for me, Tia. I'm
emotional.
Baby.
You gotta let this lady out of here. She need to lay down, relax, get herself together for her day tomorrow.
I'm emotional. I told you I had a rough day.
Listen, Man, I've had a rough
And my
year.
man
But
ain't here.
we could, lift your spirits. If you go to eat, have a look,
Where y'all going?
We going up the street. We're not going to say the name of the place
Oh,
they ain't paid us, but we going up the
No,
street.
because you next. Oh, we not live.
Nah, we ain't
I
live.
thought you were saying something.
We ain't live. We going up the street. We going up the street. It's a very nice place. We have very private accommodations, and you are welcome to join us. And honey, I'm just telling you, this young lady, her strength precedes her.
I know it.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm no strong black woman, honey. I am vulnerable. I get tired. I have rage. I have anger.
Well, she's
love.
a Virgo, so
I don't know what the hell that means.
I know a little
like,
bit
what
about
the hell is
Virgos.
that supposed to mean?
they
Do
have
you
a
not
nice
know?
little sensitive side.
And we're loyal. We are. If you ain't got no Virgo friends.
I don't know.
You
if
know
I
a
got
lot
no
of
Virgo.
Virgos. I know about friends,
I got
but you got a
my
lot
son,
of Virgo
right?
family.
My son,
Your
right?
son is a Virgo. My
Yeah.
mother's a Virgo.
Yeah.
My whole
yeah.
family Virgos.
Dina, single Dina's raising her hand. Single
Yeah.
Dina's a Virgo.
And that's why she in your circle.
You dig what I'm saying? The one out of 75 people is a Virgo. So
That's not true.
I'm just joking. I'm
Virgos.
joking, man. I'm
Seriously.
joking. Nah, real talk. Like, we support you.
Thank you.
We want you to
And
know.
I support y'all. Lord
Man,
have
thank
mercy.
you. And I feel it. I feel it.
You make me, when I watch y'all's show, I get teary-eyed because you parent your children the way my dad did me, and I lost him in 2006. So I watch your show to feel a closeness to my dad because you really raised
As
him
a
like
daughter,
old school.
As a daughter growing up with a father this, as you said, was like me, what is the most, like, challenging part?
Challenging part? What do you mean?
Yeah, what is the most challenging part?
As
like
a daughter.
As a daughter, the thing that you like, man, damn, man, my dad like this, and I can't deal with it. What the hell?
Well, my dad was a little different because he had some other challenging issues, but...
Well, let's talk about it just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he had some job. I don't want to get all the way into it, but
Okay.
but it was a little different. But at the same time, like as I got old, a lot of the things that you do, she's not gonna understand right now, but she will when she gets older.
Okay.
That's how parents.
So don't look for understanding right now.
Not right now.
Okay, guys.
She wants a yes man, and you ain't gonna be that.
I can't.
Right?
I can't do that.
Who likes the no man?
I got
right?
Yeah, I can't.
She
do
will
that.
get it when she gets older and she flourishes and she blossoms.
So you have to
because
truly let
of
go.
because of what you set up,
Right.
because of the standards that you set up.
Yeah.
She's gonna look back and she's gonna be like, "Oh my God."
I feel like there's nothing I can do short of putting her in a headlock and making her like sit around me all the time, all day.
I hung out with my
every
dad.
day.
I went with my dad to work.
But she has so many different I should say they all.
It's a different day
boys
and time.
included.
It's a
Boys
different
included.
day and time.
Like I be trying
It's
to
so
get
much
them.
more for these kids to do now.
I be just wanting them to just, man, come sit round me, man.
They
Y'all
have
just
so
need to
much
come
more
sit
to
round
do.
me.
They have so much.
No,
so
they
many
don't.
distractions.
Not worth doing.
Yeah, the
But
younger ones,
but they
wanna,
have them.
You know, they just want to do what they doing.
It ain't
right
about
now.
what they
don't-
want. They don't know what they need. They don't know
Yeah,
what
but-
to want yet.
But they feel, you know, when
They
they're
don't
around
fuck
you,
what they
control
feel.
every, you know, and then when they don't have
Man,
that,
listen,
they're a little more
man.
free. Their day goes a little
Man,
better.
But
you know?
no, man, listen,
Stay
man.
on them, though, T.I.
This
Stay
shit
on
here,
them.
I can't, man. My wife won't let me listen.
I ain't got nothing to do with me.
But no, that's what I'm trying to tell you. This is about preparing them for, think about what they will need 5 or 10 years ahead of time. And this is about making sure they have those things, not making sure that their today is comfortable for them. I don't care if it's comfortable. If you got to get up early, get up early.
Right.
If you got to stay up late. If you don't get to go play on video games, so don't play on video games. But you will get this work.
The earlier you start with that, though, the better you have with getting them to want to do that. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
got to give children. What I try to do is give children that nurturing phase. Usually after 10 years old is when I really start. You know what I'm saying?
You have to put the hammer down because
you have to do it earlier.
I mean,
Yeah,
but the nurturing phase, I try to give them they unadulterated, like they uninterrupted time with their mama.
No,
You know what I
they
mean?
want time with daddy too at a young age, especially girls, because the girls love daddies. You see what I'm saying?
They do.
So if you start early, you don't have to worry when you get a little older. They still want to do that. They're still like.
I mean,
You know what I found? I had my phases. I felt like when I was younger, I was more mama. And then when I got teenager, my daddy understood a little more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made it seem like he was more lenient, but he wasn't. You know what I mean?
Well, for girls, you know, it seems like when they get older, they mother and them always bump heads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, teenage years.
Yeah.
Teenage years.
Yeah.
I sent my daughter a meme, and it kind of listed the different phases of life and how they responded to their mother.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way from birth to death. You know what I mean? It's like ages this from this is how you felt. This from this is how you felt. And I sent it to my daughter when her and her mom was having that phase that you was talking about, and she kind of was like, yo, I didn't think about it like that. And now, you know, her and her mom are closer than she and I are. So,
Yeah, but you go through those phases.
so congratulations, Tip. You did a great thing. But I mean, yes, you go through phases, and I think that all of those phases are enjoyable, and they're all prevalent, like to life lessons and growing and evolving. And nobody thinks about the caterpillar when they look at the butterfly.
Nobody does it. No.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody does. Now,
You just see the butterfly.
that's it, and you admire its astonishing beauty, but
Not
you don't
knowing where
think
it came
about
from.
all the shit that you go through
Yep.
to reach it to that point. But on a lighter note, tell everybody what's next for Taraji.
What's next? So Empire's about to come to an end.
What?
After 6 seasons.
Forever?
Forever, ever. Yeah. And
I had a hell of a run.
we did. And I think this is what you do. You go out while you're on top,
You dig what I'm saying?
you know. And, you know, what I was able to accomplish with Cookie, she's iconic. That's a role.
Cookie a bad motherfucker because she walked in the door. Listen, I done did time for you motherfuckers.
Right.
So hey, listen, ain't no goddamn taking my motherfucking shine away from
Right.
me. You will acknowledge. So all of the I didn't rat, I didn't snitch, I didn't tell on nobody. I did what I had to do, and now when I'm coming home, you motherfuckers better deal with me accordingly.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's iconic. You know, I made her iconic. There's nothing really more I can do with her.
You
know,
did.
She will be talked about long after I'm gone. So now I'm looking for what else I can make iconic.
Now, Cookie put you in a light. Not even just Cookie. I think all of or most of your characters put you in a light that says you look like you'll let a nigga have it. So I have to ask, did you grow up getting into a lot of fights?
Not at all. I was the friend. I was everybody's friend. I was the most friendly kid on the playground. I was everybody's friend. I made everybody feel inclusive. I was a little squirt, so I didn't go around looking for fights.
Right.
But I could protect myself.
I was a little squirt, and I
You
did go
wasn't
around
gon-
looking for fights.
Well, I didn't. I was looking for friends, but
I was terrible.
you could not bully me. I ain't no punk now.
I was terrible.
I
was
know,
terrible.
babe.
It was
But-
predator or prey where I stayed, man.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
It was where I
terrible.
was, but I was the neutralizer.
If you don't stop it,
Tap tap. I'm gonna give you a tap tap.
I am not Iris.
Nah, I'm just telling you, you're gonna get tap tap. Better stay focused. So you were saying, Taraji.
No, I was just saying I didn't look for fights, but I wasn't no punk either.
Right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think that there's a psyche with that. Because when you expect to be taken advantage of, then you become defensive. And when you become defensive, then you begin to become a predator.
I never expected anybody to take advantage of me. But, you know, when you come from the hood, you know people going to try you.
Yeah.
I just wasn't to be tried.
That's how I was.
I didn't have to I didn't have to fight a lot because a lot of people liked me. They just liked me,
That's real.
you know. And plus I was different.
We used to only have to fight
You know, I
like
was
1-2 people a
eclectic.
year.
It was like, yeah, that's Taraji. She's just a little different, but she's, you know, that's our girl, you know.
Yeah.
So I was the little different one in the hood, you know.
I
But
used to
still hood. Don't get it twisted.
I mean, hey man, I don't think anybody can ever take that away from you. I'm talking about from now till eternity. I think Taraji would go down as the hood. You dig
Right.
what I'm saying?
And I'm not ashamed of where I come from. Cause
And you shouldn't
who I
be.
am, you know.
You shouldn't be. Now, what do you feel that you haven't done yet that still is left to
I
be
just
done?
directed I just directed an episode of Empire, and
Excellent.
I've fallen in love with directing. I love casting. I love giving young thespians a shot. because somebody gave me a shot to sit in the casting room. And these kids come in and they're like nervous. I remember those days. Right. It's been a long time since I had to audition, but to know that
I directed a video too.
You did?
Yeah,
just just to know that someone is gonna run home tonight and call their mother and be like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be on fire!" I'm gonna like. I remember those days, and to be the catalyst to that makes me feel good.
That's dope.
That warms my heart.
That's dope.
So I'm moving in that direction.
I think I think as a storyteller, the natural progression, like kind of like the most elder statesman of a creative that you can be is a director.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I've been an actor, I've been a writer, I've been a producer, and it all contributes to the growth and the evolution where you finally make it to the final stage, and that's a director.
Directing is so fulfilling. I really like the bug bit me. I'm a director, you know what? Man. I'm going to pay my dues. I'm ready.
And you know what? Though? The only thing I don't like about directing, they the first ones on set and the last one to leave.
No.
No?
No.
Oh,
because when crew call is at 7,
right?
And if I'm the actress in the scene, I gotta go to hair and makeup first. So I
don't do hair and makeup.
Right.
Like
so if crew call is at 7, I show up at 7 for crew call. Right. The director. Gotcha. And if I'm an actor, I gotta show up an hour early to do hair and makeup.
And you've done so many movies that were so good and came out, and you work with so many phenomenal directors that I can't wait to see firsthand what you picked
next?
Up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Me either.
So, if your life had a title now, other than your last book, Around the Way Girl, if you had to do a part 2 to Around the Way Girl, what would that title be?
Around the Way Girl was the first one. That was a good one. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know because I feel like I have so much life to live before I write another one.
So you definitely do.
Maybe it'll be called Expeditiously.
Now, I appreciate that. Thank you for that shameless plug. And we will be using that on commercial. I'm just bullshit. Listen, in honor of you, Taraji.
Me?
Yes, in honor of you. We have a tradition here at Expeditiously, and the tradition is to enlighten people and offer new extensive words for their vocabulary.
What I got
and
today?
We call it the word of the week. Now, the word of the week is usually about the person or about the discussion of the day. So, this word of the week, I'm going to let Tamika do it.
No, you're not.
She's like, I ain't coming here to work.
Okay, listen. All right, so since she will not oblige, I will say it. The word of the week is fortitude. Fortitude. The definition, courage in the midst of pain or adversity. When someone has fortitude, it means that they have emotional power or reserves and the ability to withstand adversity. Now, I'm going to use it in a sentence just so you can go to work tomorrow and then stand around at the water cooler at lunchtime and pretend like you had learned this word and knew it all your life. Now, through prayer and meditation, Taraji had the fortitude to carry on fighting.
And that's a fact.
You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you so much
for
joining us. You're a friend and an ally and a hero, and we appreciate you and we value you and we lift you up.
Thank you.
And anytime you need us for whatever you need us for, please call us.
Yes. Thank you. Are y'all out here now?
We live out here.
We have a house here. We have a house here and in Atlanta.
No, we have a house
This
out
has been
here.
expeditious.
We ain't never leaving Atlanta.
Watch your favorite episodes of Expeditiously right now on the Expeditiously YouTube page.